Oh, there I go. Hey, man, shout out, man. Real Underground Sports. I'm just happy to be in here today. Been down. Man, in the background, you hear Trill the Truth. This song is called Dog Eat Dog. Shout out to Trill the Truth. We're going to let that play some bills. Uh, this is the second video in my Pippen series where I'm about to dispel this whole notion that he was a defensive player. I get tired of hearing that. And I'm just gonna break down the video and go through the video to show you not only was he wasn't a defensive player, he was actually just the second best player in the league, other than Jordan. Like, they was the only two that could do what they were doing. And a lot of times we only looking at just how many times he shot it, and not what he did for his team or what he had to do for his team or whatever. But again, shout out to everybody. It's been a minute since I've been in here. Then I've been feeling down, but I'm in here. We finna go through it. What we gonna be checking out from Pip today? This is just a game, 91 team, and remember, Jordan is on this team. So when people are facing Jordan and the Bulls, this is what they're having to face. They're not just facing Jordan, they're facing Pippen. And I want you, and what I want y'all to gather from these videos is this just some defensive player, or is he murdering folks the same way Jordan is? And you tell me if it's anybody on the other team, because I got a plenty of videos in the clip now, plenty of games. So we ain't just gonna say I showed you one game or two games. I'm gonna go through about 70 games, and I want y'all to tell me, well, is there a person on the other team better than this? And the proof got to be there. You can say, oh, well, you showed me one game. Okay, I got about 80, 90. And I want y'all to tell me, is he not the best? Would it be any other player on the whole entire court that you would take over Pippen? I'm going to do that for a couple weeks till I get back to it. Because this has been just a big topic, a big ongoing topic, man. But shout out to Trill OG, Dog Eat Dog. Let's let a little bit of that run, then we're going to get right into it. This game is going to be from the 91 season. It's the season they won their first championship. This is just a regular season game against the Hornets. And I want y'all to look at Pippen's game. He was 16 to 17 from the floor. Let's just throw that out there. I don't know if that's defense, because I don't think you shoot shots on defense. You can't go 16 to 17 on defense. But that's what he went. At the end of the video, we're gonna run that. We're gonna run this Trill the Truth. We're gonna run that back, man. Dog Eat Dog. But we finna get right into it, man. This Scottie Pippen, man. 91 against the Hornets. Y'all check this out.
Throw it in the air.
From the opening tip, throwing dimes to Horace Grant. I just want to show y'all this ain't no all defense, but he played plenty of defense. He can score from anywhere. He can score from any. Now Jordan from the outside. That's what you having to deal with. Not only are you having to deal with Jordan, but you having to deal with Pippen. He getting out.
Throw ahead to Cartwright. Right back to Jordan. A three-try. He's two in a row from there.
This is why he was unbeatable. Because, yeah, you can't stop Jordan, but you can't stop 33. That's not defense. You heard that nylon clip. And I keep the sound from the actual game so you will understand what they said about him in real time. Look at the layup package. Look at the layup packages. That ain't no person that's playing only defense right there. I'm sorry, y'all. That's more than defense right there. This is what remember, he's 16 to 17 in this game. Come on, off glass. Where's the all this? He just defense. Nah, we gonna dispel that. During Jordan winning years, he was just the second best player in the league. I'm also got something for the Isaiah Thomases, the Charles Barkleys that all try to hide behind Jordan. No, Pippen was murdering y'all too. So let's stop like he was coming along for the ride. He was the reason y'all really couldn't beat the Bulls. He everywhere. That ain't defense. You done seen him score 5 different ways already.
5 for 5.
5 for 5 right now. He's scoring 5 different ways. Y'all want to tell me that's all defense? Now you seeing it. And when you listen to what they say in real time, you see what it is. Come on. Come on now. That wasn't defense. I think he just dunked on somebody else. That ain't all defense. You know, so he said y'all getting to see what he sees every night. You see this every night, the Jordan Pippen show. Who doing that on the other team? Who the Hornets got on their team that's doing this right here? Come on now. This just one of many. He on the run. What?
Pippen comes down into the lane, shoots under pressure.
Ah, that's defense. He got the shooter's roll.
Scottie with 14.
I promise you, there is not another. There is no person on this Hornets team that you would take over him, because he murdered this same team without Jordan. So don't try to tell me, hey, well, for a minute they had Larry Johnson. He was killing them too. Come on now. You see that? Is that defense? Right. We gonna kill this notion. I'm gonna do it personally. This man wasn't no all defense, because Jordan was making the same all defensive teams, and you talk about him being a defensive player, but he ain't stuck on just defense. Man, ain't nobody got. Look at that. Come on now. This live. I'm going to kill it. I'm going to keep doing this until we stop calling Pippen a defensive player, because we helping Jordan. He was just the second best player in the league. You had 33 and 23 to deal with. That right there is not defense. That's not defense. Come on.
The rebound and shoots it on King. Horace Grant has it.
Look how fast Pippen get out.
Scottie Pippen, 2 arms strong. Back to Pippen for the jam.
He can run the break. He can do whatever you want him to do. Plus, and like in my first video where I showed you how clutch he is in the playoff game, I got plenty of playoff games like that, because we always want to act like Jordan was just clutch, the only one clutch in these playoff games. And a lot of times that just we just swept that under the rug because Pippen was clutch, and we didn't have to say that Jordan wasn't clutch. Because the last game I did, coming into the fourth quarter, Jordan had 33 points. At the end of the game, he had 34 points. So that would tell me that he only made 1 free throw in the entire fourth quarter. No shots, no field goals, no nothing. So how was he clutch? And this was a close game. Who hit the game winner? Who had the game winning block? Not 23, but 33. So yes, he's about the best defender you've ever seen, but he's also was a better offensive player than everybody else in the league too, other than Jordan. They score the same way. Look at the moves. But all the stuff they do was the same. All of the layup packages were the same. All of the turnaround, the jumpers, they were the same. Pippen stepped out and shot the 3 a lot more than Jordan, but they scored the same way. Jordan got the luxury of having that right there. Nobody else had that. So if Jordan if he went against Karl Malone, and you want to call Karl Malone one of the greats, Karl Malone didn't have a 33. That was actually the second best player. Come on now. Pippen everywhere. Look at that. With the left. And then he's scoring with the left.
He's got it all going. He had slams and last night, how many slams did he have? Every time we turn around, we're showing a highlight.
Last night, how many slams did he have? Y'all better listen to what they said in real time. He was killing them last night. He was killing last night. With the left. You hear them. I'm going to always show that.
That free throw gives him 29 points tonight.
You can see it, but we're going to dispel that, because this is why Jordan was just unbeatable, because that right there. Scottie got 31, but he all defense.
Got a couple of great plays for you that you didn't see when the president was making his address.
running the break.
Came down, gave it to Jordan. Jordan came up to Kendall Gill, showed him the ball, stuck it under his left
Nice
arm.
little. That's a nice layup by MJ.
Got fouled. And then Scottie came down again, decided to put it up himself, went in with the left hand. So we've had some real furious action.
Come on now.
The Bulls 85, the Hornets
This Scottie
67,
Pippen. This from the Scottie Pippen series. This is the first video live I made. A couple. They aren't live, but I'm going to put them out there. Those were playoff games. I got plenty of playoff games where I show you Pippen clutch in the playoffs, and Jordan wasn't the Jordan you think in the fourth quarter. So it's not even about Jordan. It's because everybody want to call Pippen this sidekick defensive player. Nah, he was the second best player. That's why when they ranked him one of the 75 best players, they had to do that. But they knew they had to do it. But you know, if you give Pippen all of his credit, then Jordan wouldn't be who we want to make him. So that's all I'm saying. But I'm going to dispel that. You see this ain't all defense. What Pippen is doing to these cats. It's almost unfair. Now he's ripping them right there, but then he can run the break right at the right time. Come on now. If you watch Pippen's dominance, especially in a highlight reel or highlight tape, you would swear that Jordan wasn't even on his team. And when you realize that, oh, Jordan isn't playing in these games, I see why the Bulls didn't lose. Heck, they got two of them. And we dealing with 23 and 33. They were them numbers for a reason, I guess. He's scoring every possible way you can. There is no one else on the other team. No one else on the other team that even comes close to that. And that's what I want y'all to understand. No one else that even comes close. So in terms of all of that, no one comes close, man.
And he's fouled in the backcourt by Gill. They're over the limit. Scottie to shoot two. Shooting for 40, folks. There's what we said.
And I just realized that I did this whole show without showing y'all the video. So we gonna run it back. That's what we gonna do is gonna run it back, man. But they got more to do with my ear, me being ill than anything else. I wanted y'all to see that, so I am gonna run it back. My fault, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do it this way and show it live like it's supposed to.
Throw it in the air.
But y'all heard what I said. A lot of that, a lot of this video is just gonna be talking. I'm gonna cut most of it till we get back to this point. But y'all heard the things that I was saying. Pippen went 16 of 17 in this game, 41 points. Nowhere is he just a mere defensive player. Second best player in the league during this time, the whole time. Go back and watch this game. It's 91 season, the season they won the championship, their first championship. And you tell me if people were dealing with Jordan being Jordan and a defensive player. If Pippen was just some mere defensive player, I guarantee you that the Bulls wouldn't have won like they did. Every team that had this quote-unquote defensive stopper or these players that was defensive players, that player didn't contribute on offense the way Pippen did. You see the layup packages. You see everything that this guy has to offer. And it's not just defense. No one is scoring like Pippen on these other teams. No one is putting pressure on these teams. Come on.
Scottie's got 6. The Bulls lead is 9.
So you tell me. We got to run it back because I thought this was playing live, but I'm sorry. I'm going to cut that to where you won't just hear all the talking. I apologize. Again, shout out to Trill the True, Dog E Dog. We're going to run that back here in a minute.
Delivery to Pippen for the jam. 10 first quarter points for Pippen.
Look at all the ways this man scored. So,
5 for 5.
To reiterate,
I didn't think the Pack saw him quick enough. I didn't either.
The purpose of these videos is to show y'all that Pippen not only he wasn't just some defensive player, but he was the second best player in the entire league. And that is the reason why the Bulls were unbeatable. It wasn't just because it was just Jordan. You were dealing with Pippen as well, and he is in no matter how many. That's what they see every night, like you heard him say. But I'm here to show y'all that he's not just a defensive player. He was the second best player in the entire league, and that's just what it was. He was the best, and that was it. Second best. You had the best player, and you had the second best player in the league. I'm going to give you plenty of video to knock down the Isaiah Thomases, the Charles Barkleys. I'm going to show you how he did these guys. And you may think that they're better because the way we want to set stuff up and say, well, Isaiah Thomas led a team and he led them to whatever. Well, how about, no, he didn't. He wasn't the leading scorer on those teams or the championship teams, just that kind of stuff. So don't tell me that. And if he can still hold his place and not be the leading scorer and those sort of deals, then Pippen should be able to still hold his place. And he's not just written off as some mere sidekick or defensive player when he was actually a better player than all of them. They may have been the focal point on their teams, so they got a chance to put up better numbers and points, but it wasn't always the case when they ran into this guy. And that's with or without Mike, because I can go to the games where they ain't had no Jordan, and then what's the problem? Isaiah, Charles, Karl Malone didn't hate like that, neither did Clyde Drexler, but Isaiah Thomas and Charles Barkley did. What was the problem when there was no Jordan on the team and you ran into his team? Because I remember one game, especially against Barkley, and I'm going to put that one on there too, where he just murdered Barkley, shut Barkley entirely down, and look at his offensive numbers, and you tell me, was that just defense? What also goes, what they never say is he get credited for playing defense on Magic. But why was his offensive numbers still better? I mean, you got to explain that to me. It's funny to me that a player who's all defense, if he's all defense, even in a regular season game like this one, you sure do need his 41 points to win. He's 16 or 17 in this game. Come on now. We're going to stop that. We're going to get this man his props. And we don't want to give him his props because it brings Jordan off this pedestal. I'm not worried about that. I'm here to just keep it real. And I'm going to play the audio from the actual games, because if y'all were to actually watch the real games in real time or listen to the audio, they will tell you the truth in these games, and they will give you a lot of truths. And you dealt with Pippen as an offensive player way more. I also remember that Bad Boys Pistons team saying in real time, and I'm gonna go find the clips where they said this at, because I watched the stuff religiously. They thought that they needed to shut down Jordan, but what they realized is that they needed to shut down Pippen. How do you need to shut down the person that's on defense? Why would you need to do that? Why would the strategy need to change? Hey, we need to shut down Pippen. Oh, okay. So we started focusing on Pippen. When we realized we couldn't do nothing with Pippen that 91 season, oh, okay, we got a problem here.
Last night, how many slams did he have? Every time we turn around,
last night, how many slams did he have?
First quarter, he did well. Here he finishes up. He made a
with
play
the left
last night, Jim. He drove the left side of the lane and took off just inside the foul line, reached in and slammed it with the left
with
hand.
the left.
Really
Come on now. Come on now. Y'all see this.
29 points tonight.
29 points on that free throw, but he's all defense. Who left hand jam? Who on that team would you take over that? Because he's all defense. All defense. Being that I did mess up the video on this, and we are live, man. But shout out to everybody who care for me or support me. I've been down for a couple days, but I'm up. Every time I get up, I bounce right back, and I'm up, and I'm gonna come in and do my thing. So anybody that was concerned, I'm feeling fine.
Who's smaller than some of the kids played here at halftime?
Yeah.
But I appreciate everybody, with the concern and the care. Shout out to Trill the Truth. Dog Eat Dog. We gonna play that song. his song again, Doggy Dog, to end the show. And we just doing this video. I'm just coming in and do quick little video snippets. I'll be back doing full shows. I've been working a lot, but I'll be back next weekend to the full show. So I've been coming in on this Pippen series because we dispelling the notion. We are not going to talk about him, especially Arkansas. Stand up. This is our hometown, a home state guy. He was not no mere defensive player. Give him his credit. He was the second best player in the entire league from 89 to 96. We'll do it right there. The years Jordan was winning.
Take a look at this one, Scotty. You said give it up, Scotty. And when you said it, he heard you, Jimmy, right up into
this guy is way better than what y'all want to give him credit for. And I'm not going to let the players who didn't win try to over-glorify Jordan to try to make like that's the reason why you didn't win. And just because he played with Jordan mean that he wasn't as good as what he was, because they didn't want nobody to challenge Jordan's GOAT status, that sort of deal. And you still don't. So they don't ever talk about him right.
Kendall Gill, Jaminski inside, Pippen another steal, and he's fouled in the backcourt by Gill. They're over the limit. Scottie to shoot two, shooting for 40, folks.
Okay, but that's a defensive player. I'm sorry, a defensive player shooting for 40. I don't know too many defensive players that's shooting for 40. So you tell me, is that all defense? Or is this just one of the best players in the league?
I believe this to be true, and I'd have to check it out to make sure. Scottie Pippen is about to become the only Bulls player since Michael Jordan came to score 40, with the exception of George Gervin when Michael was injured.
You're right.
I think that's true. Listen to the crowd. Scottie with 40. As he hits the free throw, he's getting a standing ovation.
46, 3, still got 6 steals.
This is great. This is great.
Now, if he was all defense, the 6 steals would just, be the thing. He got 46 and 3 now. 16 and 17 is what he is.
116 to 100. 118, 102 Bulls with 3:30 remaining.
Y'all hear that?
Underneath Kendall Gill.
That's my thing.
Jaminski under pressure. Horace Grant the rebound. Pippen on the drive. Now to Jordan up the middle. Into Cartwright. Scottie.
And he's man, come on, he's scoring every possible way you can score.
120 to 102. 23 out of 25 for the Bulls starting forward tandem. Here's Jordan right of the lane. Shoots it over.
23 of 25 for Pippen and Grant. They 20. Oh, you heard what he said? This guy still plays for the Bulls too. You heard that so many times, man, during this stretch. You heard that so many times. And I'm just here I'm just gonna be here to show people that it wasn't always about Jordan. Let me give you a snippet of the next game that Pippen killed with. Well, I'm gonna go to a game that they rate as like one of the greatest duels in history. Now, Jordan is gone during this season. This is 94, but they call this one of the greatest duels. This is Pippen versus Olajuwon, the team that they wondered if Mike would have been able to beat had he still been there that next year, if he'd have came back. This team, so Pippen he playing against this team by himself. That's the same Rockets team. And do you think that Rockets team was murdering him like that? Let's just look at a little bit of that before we get out of here. Just a little bit. Remember, this the Rockets team that they was wondering if Bulls with Pippen, with Jordan could have beat. I'm thinking they're having to deal with 33. There's no 23 in this game. So he don't have time to be all defense. We gonna tell the truth. Whether it knocks Jordan down a notch or whatever. Man, you had a better player than just some mere defensive player. You had the second best player in the league. And they wouldn't call this one of the greatest duels if he wasn't hard like that. This is what he doing to Olajuwon and the Rockets by himself. Go back and watch these games. Don't tell me what he looked like against Barkley without Jordan. Y'all want to say he mirrored defense or Pippen couldn't hold my whatever. Isaiah Thomas, I'm going to kill your arguments. When I finish showing people what he his numbers compared to yours and what he was doing, and you want to call him a mere sidekick, then he gonna make you look like a bench player. And just for a record, if I ain't mistaken, Mark Aguirre or Adrian Danley, one of the two, I forget which one, led your team in scoring in the finals. One of the finals you won. And the second time, I don't think you might have averaged 20. So come on, man. Ain't nowhere near better. You can't do none of the stuff he can do. He can do everything you can do, and you can't do what he can do because of how tall he is and all of that. He got everything on you. So that might be the next one. That's Pippen versus the Rockets without Jordan. Man, big shout out to Trill the Truth in this song, Dog Eat Dog. We finna play this song again, man. The Real Underground Sports, man. Shout out to everybody who just been down with us. We're gonna pay a few bills while that play. Like I said, quick show in my Pippen series. But I'm gonna, shout out a few of our shows or whatever while this play. And once this play, I'll holler at y'all next week.
Been gaining weight that come from nights that I ain't eat it all. Been tripping out that come from nights I can't sleep at all. Some shit just on my mind that I can't make peace with at all. Tell me what make a dog, just eat a dog. Been gaining weight that come from nights that I ain't eat it all. Been tripping out that come from nights I can't sleep at all. Some shit just on my mind that I can't make peace with at all. Tell me what make a dog, just eat a dog. Tell me what make a dog, just eat a dog. Mostly be money, other times it be a brawl. Everybody swear they your homie, don't fuck with you at all. Probably trying to set me up, that's why I ain't answer they call. I can't let these niggas get next to me, can't trust the ones in my pedigree. Not only do they want your plate, they want the whole recipe. And do whatever to get it, even if that mean X and me. That's why I ain't been letting shit slide, won't be no disrespect to me. How could I be so tired, but still not getting no sleep? Hear how they stomach grab, have a nigga not want to eat. You don't know who really will till he starts showing his teeth. Catch you with a leg down and then begins to feast. Been gaining weight that come from nights that I ain't eat it all. Been tripping out that come from nights I can't sleep at all. Some shit just on my mind that I can't make peace with at all. Tell me what make a dog, just eat a dog. Been gaining weight that come from nights that I ain't eat it all. Been tripping out that come from nights I can't sleep at all. Some shit just on my mind that I can't make peace with at all. Tell me what make a dog, just eat a dog. Ain't been getting a lot of sleep, I been hallucinating. Both eyes open to the cross, it don't matter who betrayed me. These niggas steal from you and make you think that you was crazy. This shit is killing me slowly, like it's a euthanasia. Can't leave your dog starving, if you do, you'll be the target. Rather help my dog eat than watch him digging out the garbage. Some niggas disregard it, but I'm so real, I charge them. Showed them my heart and they scarred it, let me dealing with the carnage. Sometimes you can't help it when your dog go astray. Lay down in some nights, I wish it all go away. It's all fun and game till the predator start to prey. Crazy, you can't trust your dog, I got a 9 and a K. Been gaining weight that come from nights that I ain't eat it all. Been tripping out that come from nights I can't sleep at all. Some shit just on my mind that I can't make peace with at all. Tell me what make a dog, just eat a dog. Been gaining weight that come from nights that I ain't eat it all. Been tripping out that come from nights I can't sleep at all. Some shit just on my mind that I can't make peace with at all. Tell me what make a dog, just eat a dog.
That was Trill the Truth, Dog Eat Dog. Man, here on the Real Underground radio station. Hey, send your music in, man. Whatever way you can do business with the Real Underground radio station, go out there and do business with us, man. We've been blessed to have a machine here, and you can just go and you can ask, man. You come through here, it's beneficial, it works. Shout out to Trill the Truth, Dog Eat Dog. This is a sports show, man. This song being played on here and any other genres. We got about 11 or 12 different genres, 11 or 12 different demographics that you can, as an artist, your song can be heard in. We're not limited to just the what do you call it, the review shows, salsa toss, or that sort of deal. There are other people in other demographics that like music, that just love to hear music, and they're not hearing it from a perspective of wanting to judge it. So it's beneficial, man, to pay to have your music played on the Real Underground radio station and amongst all of the demographics we have. this is a sports demographic, but there's a lot of people in sports who want to listen to good music before they get to get ready for the game or before their game. We got the pillow talk show with the ladies. The ladies always have a different ear for music. So if you're smart, go out there, man, and go out there and put your music over here on the Real Underground radio station. I can't say that enough. Advertise with us, support us, get in here, interview with us. However you can get your business to us or anything of that nature, you want to get it there. Man, I'm missing some of our shows. I'm a guy, Nate. Get with Big Nate. His show does wonders. Was Haddon's show. We got plenty shows. Get with LT. LT's demographic stretched from state to state. So, hey, if I was an artist, I would want to play my music here. I would want to pay to just advertise. If I was a business, I would want to pay to advertise because we're moving even when you're not moving. So anytime you're not moving, we got your logo, we got your catchphrase, we got your commercial in front of hundreds of thousands of people. And if your product is what it is, in which we rarely see people come through and their product isn't dope, but if we can put your product in front of hundreds of thousands, man, there's no limit with what you can do because it's going to sell itself. We're just a medium for putting you in front of the people you need to be in front of, the Real Underground radio station. But this is Real Underground Sports. That was one just short clip from my Pippen series because we're just spelling Pippen is all defense. Nah, we're more than that in Arkansas, baby. Second best player in the league doing that run, and I'm going to show that. Plus, man, it's been a lot of interesting sports stories that we're going to get into next week when we're doing full shows, like the whole Brittany Griner situation. As I started getting more into that, Brittany Griner is the WNBA player that's stuck in jail to this day in Russia for drug smuggling, and what she had was cannabis oil, or she was accused of having was cannabis oil. But to get further into that story, it gets a little interesting. So we're going to break down that story, and there's a few other stories out there that is worth hearing about. So we're going to get into some stuff like that. But until then, we're going to big up Pippen, and we're going to get off of this. He was defense, and I'm just going to show y'all him killing people on offense, especially Isaiah Thomas and Charles Barkley, who are the first to hate because Jordan overshadows their legacy. And so it's them that I'm attacking first. But that was the show, man. There you have it. Got music from Bozzy Owens next week. Big Crip B. Wade next week. And others. So, man, send your music.